Now, as climate change continues to disrupt livelihoods in parts of Baringo County, women and girls are paying a heavy price. Human rights organizations warn that the rising water levels in the lakes and economic hardship are exposing more women to gender-based violence, with survivors calling for greater protection and support. Winnie Twitoek reports.
For many women in Baringo County, the loss of farming land and poultry keeping has pushed them into casual labor just to provide for their families. Speaking during a community dialogue organized by the Baringo Indigenous Peoples Organization, some women say growing economic burden has strained family relationships, with many facing emotional, physical, and economic abuse as household tensions continue to rise.
Kuku wetu wakakufa, riziki ikaenda chini. Tunafaa watoto wakule, hatuna cha kutumia, tunaenda kibarua ndio tukule. Unapata mzee naye hata kuelewa ile tunapitia, anafika anataka akule na labda amelewa. Anataka akule vizuri, ahudumiwe kulingana na mahitaji yake. Na sisi hatuna hiyo.
Mahali wamehamia ni kambi ya County Government of Baringo, na wakubaliwe na ama waruhusiwe kujenga manyumba kubwa. Sasa unapata kwamba wanaingia nyumba moja na wanakaa na watoto. Inafikanga wakati familia wanataka kujihusisha na mambo mengine, mama anakataa sababu wako pamoja na watoto.
Organizers say climate change is no longer just an environmental issue, but a growing driver of gender-based violence. They warn that displacement, loss of livelihoods, and increasing poverty caused by the rising lake waters have left many women more vulnerable to domestic violence, exploitation, and other forms of abuse.
We realize that climate change is no longer an environmental issue, but it is also a human rights and a social justice issues. Swelling of Lake Bogoria has caused displacement of families, recurrent flooding, food insecurity, loss of livelihoods, and thus it has exposed women to more vulnerability and to more gender-based violence, all forms of gender-based violence. Baringo Indigenous Peoples Organization, we remain committed to amplifying Indigenous women voices, and we look forward to collaboratively working with county government stakeholders and all other community stakeholders so that we can develop sustainable solutions to climate resilience and gender-based violence amongst the Endoro's Indigenous women.
Marigat Assistant County Commissioner acknowledged the problem, noting that the government is implementing social and economic empowerment programs aimed at helping families better cope with the climate change challenges.
Our area, we are really affected with the issue of swelling of Lake Bogoria lake, and it has really given us a very hard time, especially as women, because most of us, we are depending on planting of crops, horticulture, that is tomatoes and maybe maize. And with the issue of swelling, the lake has taken much of the lands that we used to cultivate. We are really trying to come up with a social support to really support them mentally and somehow physically on how to continue with life, to even accept the new normal that is coming, that we are not, this water is not going to subside anytime soon, or maybe it is even continuing to consume more lands.
Communities here say the economic hardships brought about by the rising water lakes are fueling gender-based violence, highlighting the need for climate response efforts to also protect vulnerable families. Winnie Twitoek, NTV, Baringo County.